Today on Hubert's Projects, we're working on the MEEP again. And it's all starting with the parts car we got, because we need that motor mount, which broke during the rally. And I've been driving like that since then. So let's get it fixed and get it off the car. All right, since the car is stripped, it's really easy to get out. There was one bolt we had to pull here, and a really long one that goes through this frame rail down. It's that guy there. It was actually a Torx bit, E12 Torx, and there was a bunch of oil or something in there. So I got that out. Now the motor mount comes out, and we can mess with putting it in the MEEP, because the MEEP, it's this part is actually sitting down, and when you give it gas, the whole thing just goes, it just jumps. It's pretty cool. Weird looking motor mount. Well, luckily when we engineered the new hood onto the MEEP, we made it actually reuse the hinges that were left on there. Although this guy has left the chat a while ago, but the hood doesn't go anywhere. I should probably put a ratchet strap on it to hold it in place, just to keep all the other drivers on the road happy about that. But as you can see, we got our motor mount there. There's a piece that goes to the engine over there and over here, and then goes through that. This is gonna be fun to undo. And I don't know where my tripod went. Well, first order of business is we're gonna get this bolt out here, and then I'm going to get those two loose there, those two loose there, and undo this ground wire. Once that's done, I'll be able to do something. I also gotta grab the floor jack, because we're gonna wanna lift this engine up, which means I should probably move this car over there where my tools are. Yes, planning is my strong suit. Well, in a previous video, I had mentioned that we hit a raccoon with the MEEP, and it did some damage, which it's kind of hard to tell we did damage, but there was this plastic shroud that came here that is no longer in there. Also, when this got smashed, it hit the CV axle boot, and it ripped it, and it's slinging some grease out. So luckily, it's not making any clunky noises yet, but we're gonna have to get that addressed. All right, so I moved the MEEP from over on that side of the house to back here by the shed since I needed my jack. Got the bolt off in the top of the motor mount here, the two in the back of the engine, and I'm starting on the two in the front. And I got a severe headache, mainly just because I haven't had any caffeine today. But I'm gonna get these two bolts loosened, and then this top bracket will come off after I take off that ground there, and then I can get this bolt out, and then I got that one long stud. This guy right here, that was a pain to get out of the parts car, which is now on the ground, because we need the trailer to take the Tercel possibly to Bearded Rancher's house if we can't figure it out on our own. So I'll get these last two bolts out here and that ground disconnected and pull that plate off and show you what we're looking at. All right, got that big plate thing out. It wasn't very bad to get kind of rocked out of there. So here's the used slash, well, new to the car motor mount, but used off the parts car. It's pretty tight, side to side, and shake it doesn't do anything. This one, however, does that, and I can pull it up a good 1/4 inch, so it's definitely some of our noise we've got going on in here. I do also have the lower dog leg or dog bone one that's underneath the car as well, over there on the parts car, just in case we need it. Hopefully this takes care of our problem. We will take it for a test drive after we do that. And since this is now being pushed back into daily driver status, I need to do something about the really, really poor low beam lights. Well, it's not really that they're poor, it's just they don't shine good light out that way on low. So I got an idea. Well, I'm not sure why, but this one was also full of some kind of liquid. It smells like coolant, but there's no place for coolant to go down in here. But now that that's loose and out of the way, we can toss that over there. I should probably move that so I don't hit the mower. And we'll put this other motor mount in. Gonna put that bottom bolt in first though. Make my life easier. All right, got the motor mount in on the car, all bolted back in place and that ground wire reconnected. I was looking to see what the heck this guy was. Turns out that's my sprayer hose. Since we disconnected the sprayers, that went through the hood in that area there, which is now covered up by the Jeep hood. Yeah, I do need to get the windshield wipers, well, sprayers at least working, because those would be kind of beneficial, because the window's pretty dirty, and it's, you know, got a stone chip there, but a big old crack over there. It doesn't really bother me, but I should probably change it since that one's over there is good. But yeah, let's get those sprayers rerouted a second, at least so we can have them. I'm gonna try to see if I can pop them up underneath the hood here or something, or we can just drill a hole in that temporarily. I'm gonna check this motor mount on the driver's side real quick. The dog leg seemed fine, or wishbone, or whatever you wanna call it. Let's see. Push on the car. It's got a little bit of movement, but not horrible. But I could always, you know, probably change this one out if I can find another one. Unfortunately, the one on the parts car is missing. Or is it? Oh yeah, it is missing. We have some good parts on here though. Got another wishbone thing, power steering rack, because ours actually doesn't function. A bunch of wires and things. And the windshield. So maybe in a day or two I can try to pull that out. Let's see, where does all this stuff go? That's a hose, that's a hose. Yeah. But I did have an idea to make the MEEP a little bit more friendly in the dark mornings driving to work. I'll look and see if I got some lights I can bolt onto this front bumper here maybe. And we can have just some auxiliary like fog lights. I know in Michigan you can have 4 lights going at a time, usually your fogs and your low beams. When you hit your highs, those got to turn off, so maybe I can wire them in to the wiring there. I'll just run a separate set of wires to it. But I'm gonna go find the sprayer parts that should still be in the car. I think we found them while we were digging around the car on the Lemons rally. Let's see. Yes, I know my key's in the ignition, thank you. Ketchup. I'm not really hungry for ketchup right now. Let's see, sunglasses. All right, so there's the sprayer hoses here. Oh, there's that guy. All right, so we can actually hook some sprayers in. Let's figure out how we're gonna do that. Well, after a long and lengthy process of trying to figure out how to run the hoses through the vent area and not catch the wiper transmission, I just said screw it and just drilled some holes. So drilled 3 holes, 1 on each end and then 1 in the middle. With a small bit on the drill / impact thing, I'm gonna go to the largest one I got on the outside too, and then pop the center hole out, and hopefully they should click in. They might be a little loose, but nothing a little bit of JB Weld or super glue can't fix, right? Mint. Or as Zip Ties and Bias Plies would say, frickin' mint. All right, well, I made the holes bigger. Although I made them sharp now, got my finger with it. So we're gonna kind of just smooth it out best we can. That's good. I didn't want to grab the 5-pound sledgehammer, or is it a 10-pound? I don't know. The drill battery started dying on those holes over there, so these are a little nicer on this side. Oh, look. It's a nice wrench holder. Maybe I'll just leave that there. Let's pop the hood open and see if we can get these sprayers to go through now. Well, I have to say the scope of my genius even surprises me at times. A couple zip ties on those lines, and we got ourselves some sprayers now that actually work. I just tested on the window. Yeah. So they work. The wipers are terrible, but we need that. At least we can clean the, ouch, that was sharp. Oh yeah, edge of hood is sharp still. But yeah, we know we can now clean the windshield off slightly. Coolant's low, so that's good. We're gonna leave that alone. What does the oil look like? Says we're low, but we're on a hill, so I'm gonna say it's full. I am gonna drive it to the local quick change auto oil place since they're right up the road from work, and they can deal with it. Because I want to see the reaction when this thing rolls in to get an oil change done. But yeah, back to the light situation. I did find some lights in the barn here a minute ago when I was digging around. We might be able to use. They're actually off the tercel, known as Stomper. They're a nice little set of some LEDs. I'd prefer round ones, but you know, they're free, so I can't complain. We do have the round ones from that brush guard though, we can always put on. But these are right here already. Screw it. I'll just put them on the car. I'm gonna wire them into, there's some running lights down there I can hook them into, because those will turn off as soon as the high beams go on. So that makes my life a little bit easier. Let's do that. All right, as you can see, I got them rectangular lights wired in to the running lights on the bottom that will turn off when the high beams come on. So I got those all hooked in with some nice heat shrink connectors, and they're all sealed up, ready to go. All right, so here's the headlights in the MEEP. These are the daytime running lights, and yeah, they do flicker like that. There's some ground issue in the car. So if I flip the switch to turn the lights on, that is just the fog lights actually contacting the ground, which is how I aimed them, because there was a big dead spot in the headlights from about here down. So that's kind of nice that we can now see the ground and any rodents or raccoons that are going to run out in front of us. And if I flip the switch one more, we got the headlights on. It's definitely more noticeable in the car than it is on camera. That the headlights are on, and that, you know, we go down to daytime running lights to those, you know, the headlights. It's really nice now though, with the high beams on, we're actually hitting up there where we need to. If I do get flashed or anything with the other lights on, I can turn them off, or I can just readjust them a little bit lower, but it's definitely a vast improvement of what we had. Like I said, they are aimed down, so we shouldn't be getting flashed by anybody. We did have these on Stomper back in the day as well, and didn't have any problems with them. So definitely a win on the headlights and the fog lights on the car. Gonna still do something else for some more lighting up top. Well, that's all we have for this episode. I do have a crazy idea I want to do with the MEEP. I've been talking with a couple people, and I think it would be kind of cool to do a big road trip with the MEEP. We did the Lemons Rally, which was about 1,600 miles from my doorstep back to my doorstep after we did the rally. I had an idea. I haven't been to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan for about a year now, but I haven't been to Brockway Mountain up in the Copper Harbor area of the Upper Peninsula. And I thought it'd be kind of a cool idea to take the MEEP up there. What do you guys think? I've never been to Pictured Rocks, so that might be kind of cool to take the car up there. And there is a tree that the Bearded Wrencher always goes to and takes a picture. Let's see if I can snip that photo in right here. And maybe we can get the MEEP in there. My idea was add some other lighting on the car, since it's going to be mid-November before we decide to do anything like that. I do want to put the roof basket from Stomper on there, since Stomper is kind of broken for right now until we can get it over to Bearded Wrenchers to have him look at it, because it's past my level of knowledge on the car, on what is going on with the transmission. Also, I'd like to have another spare tire, so we'll have 2 spares with us. I do want to take tools and whatnot as well in the back. Along with, there is a couple blind spots in the MEEP, not actually from the Jeep body being put on there. So I'm going to get some of those blind spot mirrors for the mirrors themselves. I do have some here, but they're very large and they take up too much of the regular mirror. So I'm going to get some smaller ones, probably at the local auto parts store or surplus place. And I would also like to carry a gas can along. I have quite a big selection of gas cans here at the house from the dumpster at work. People throw them out all the time just because the nozzle's broke. Little do they know, you can buy a new one for like $3 online. So I think we have like 15 or 20 gas cans to choose from. So maybe I'll throw a 2-gallon or something up on the roof or on that roof basket. And we also do need to fix the exhaust. It is still hanging down with coat hangers from the Lemons rally, as I still have not actually fixed it correctly yet. Oh yeah, and we have rear struts finally. We got some fully loaded struts off of eBay for the car, and I'm going to put those on as well because it is actually starting to eat the tire up a little bit on the passenger side rear, which I'll show you guys here in another video. But yeah, camo. So I got one of the cats here, not our cat we teach how to work on cars, Gabby, but this is Camo, the indoor cat. So she likes to help with videos while I'm doing them and stuff like that. So if you guys have any suggestions on places to go up in the UP when I try to go up there on my trip, let me know. I would love to check out some new places I've never been to. I've been through Seney, I've been to Oswald's Bear Ranch, Fayette Mining Town, a couple other places like that. So definitely shoot it down in the word spot and let me know places to hit. I would love to do that. I kind of want to make a weekend trip out of it and just explore some new places and have a good time. So thank you for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.